What's up, guys? Sean here. Today I'm going to teach you how to put a yak rack to the back of your sit-inside kayak. Alright, as far as tools are concerned, you're going to need your measuring tape. I've got a dry erase marker here, any marker works. Hacksaw, a pair of pliers to attach and detach things, zip ties, your Ryobi. I had a 5/8 paddle bit drill bit. I use that to drill my holes for my butterfly bolts, and then any little drill bit enough to get your little 3/8 bolts. Alright, show you some of the supplies that you're going to need. You need 4 1/2-inch elbows, 4 1/2-inch tees. You're going to need, I think they sell 10 feet in length 1/2-inch pipe PVC. That's what I got. It's only about $4. All this stuff together here was about $10. You're going to want 4 caps, 1/2-inch caps. You're going to mount these 1/2-inch caps to the kayak wherever you can find a good flat space. Actually drill through and put a butterfly bolt in so I could have the best secure fit possible. Second step in doing all this is you want to find a good secure spot to put these caps down. I actually chose to do the caps last, build the whole rack, and then I could put the caps in just in case my rack was off a few inches. So I used these holes here where the bungee already comes through, and I took my measurements, you know, like so. It's about 9 inches on that side, 9 inches on this side. This will give you a good even reference point all the way around. So you takes out a little bit of the measuring. Then I went across this way. That's about 19 inches, and this right at 16 inches. So you got to also take into account that your pipe's going to go into the fitting about 1/2 of an inch on each fitting. So you're going to be able to subtract that from your measurements. Just make sure you take that into account because you don't want to build your rack and end up way out here. All right, next you're going to want to go ahead and measure and cut for your vertical PVC connections. That's going to connect to both 2 connectors, and they both should be about the same length. For mine, I had to cut them about 7.5 inches, taking into account the 1.5 inches or so that I'm going to get at my PVC connections. So mark this. Alright, make sure you got a good secure grip. Be careful when you're doing this. Go ahead and cut. Alright, you see my vertical pieces are going to fit nice and flush on the bottom of my basket, and that's where they'll eventually be zip tied to. So now you want to come in with your T connectors. It's going to be the back of my basket, so you're going to want to attach one here. Pop, pop. Come in and attach this one here. Alright, I've already taken my measurements and calculated how long this horizontal piece is going to be. This back one is going to be 5 inches. Push that down on there. Come in, push that one on here. Make sure they're nice and flat. Alright, and you see I've got my top one already pieced all together. Push that in. See, I got this one labeled back left. And the reason I used dry erase is because boom, now it's gone. This one labeled back right. Alright, it's going to be your elbow. This is where it's going to connect down to the bottom of your kayak. And if you're wondering what these little guys are, this is how you're going to connect to the cap on the kayak to support everything. Alright, now for the test. See, I got everything pieced together here. I want to see how our connections line up. Hopefully everything will. Back ones are good. Front ones are good. Not bad. So this is going to be the base that our basket's going to be zip tied to eventually let it fit. And I want to show you one cool thing before I put the basket on here. Pull these out. If you don't glue this C connector here, you're going to tilt this back, open up this hatch, and still access anything you need in there. So that's awesome. So there it is. It'll sit like that. Alright, your last step, you just want to go ahead and fasten everything down with some zip ties. And this will keep everything lined up, and it's easy to do on the bottom of this crate. Alright, final step, attach everything. There it is, and it's pretty sturdy. And I can lift the whole rack up. Full kayak, so not bad. Yak Rack complete. I know you've been watching this whole video wondering what the heck's that black thing he's got going across the back of there. Well, this here is an old water hose. I cut it to length, spray painted it black, and I've actually got this piece of paracord running through it. As you can see, it comes out the back. I attach a mold to it, and that's my anchor system. If you look a little bit further up here, got my anchor cleat. Bam. So you can't beat that. One more thing I want to show you guys, so I got you here. It's my paddle clip, Scotty paddle clip. You gotta have that, man. That's the thing. Hopefully next video I'll be attaching a GoPro mount here to the front and my rod holders onto the back of my crate. As you see, I got these two already mounted. The kayak wasn't the Angler edition, so I didn't have those. I took a hole saw, drilled them in, dropped them right in, then tapped them in with some Tech screws, so you can't beat that. It doesn't look like the crate is going to interfere with the rod holders that are already there, so hey, maybe I'll be able to get to about 4 rods and my GoPro mount on the back, so that'd be sweet.